When a good tenant goes bad. This is Robert. Robert is a 40-year-old male with 4 children. Robert moved here from New Zealand in February 2010. He loves Australia, but more than that, Robert loves his job. Robert is a corporate research analyst. This means he's a geek who crunches numbers all day. Everything was going absolutely swell for Robert. He even had time to spend doing the things that he loved, like fishing and photography. But then, one stormy day, Robert tried his very first alcoholic beverage and absolutely fell in love with the substance. He loved it so much, he was drinking every night and every day. Robert would even have alcohol for breakfast. That's right, folks. Robert turned into a raging alcoholic. He was coming to work drunker and eventually lost his job because he couldn't crunch numbers the way he used to. Then, Robert's wife left him for Channing Tatum after his premiere role in Magic Mike. She also went to Channing because he's filthy rich and didn't have a substance abuse problem. Robert's life was spiraling downwards. He went onto the dole and continued drinking daily and became a good old Aussie bogan. But then, Centrelink found out that Robert was rorting the system and his dole payments were cut off. Robert stopped paying the rent at his rental property, and despite all of the notices to leave and house visits from his real estate agent trying to get rid of him, he was in too much of a state to move out of the house. Luckily for Robert, the magistrate court system in Queensland is really slow, so Robert ended up being able to be 2 months behind in his rent before the police eventually escorted him from the property. The poor owners of the house were distraught though. They weren't able to advertise the property or do anything until Robert was completely gone. Luckily, the owners had Terri Scheer landlord's insurance, so their property managers were able to lodge a claim and recuperate all of the lost rent, reletting fees, and court attendance fees. Lucky they took our advice. This is where we get into specialised landlord's insurance. The best protection an owner can have is a good property manager, but this also needs to be coupled with specialised landlord's insurance because sometimes a good tenant can go bad and your property manager cannot possibly control this. Let's have a look at the maths for those geeks out there. So, as you can see, this is based on a property that's rented at $350 per week. The owner with non-specialised landlord's insurance was able to get some money back, but they're still $1,400 out of pocket. The owner with no landlord's insurance at all is $0. Gets $0 back and is still almost $4,000 out of pocket because of Robert. The owner that took our advice though and has specialised landlord's insurance with Terri Scheer, they're $0 out of pocket. They got everything back. We refer landlords to get specialised landlord's insurance because it's a must-have for every savvy investor. You never know what's going to happen, and this minor decision could be the result of you losing or keeping thousands of dollars. If you'd like some more information or would like to get Terri Scheer landlord's insurance to make sure your ass is covered, let us know because we want to help you. Thanks guys.